Hello everyone. In this video, we'll be looking at the questions given on simple equations, ratio proportion and variation in TS ICET papers 2020 and 2021 papers. So let's look at the one of the questions given here. The question is in this way. If x plus y is equal to 35 by 12 and yx by y minus x is equal to 35 by 2, then how much is x comma y value is the question, right? So if you look at the different ways of answering the question, first we look at the original way of getting the answer for this one. As xy by x plus y is given as 35 by 12, reciprocating that one, that means numerator and denominator ga denominator numerator kinda raste, it will become x plus y by xy is equal to 12 by 35. And we know from our basic mathematics knowledge, 1 by a plus 1 by b is nothing but b plus a cross multiply by a into b. That is what we know. So as this is in the form of x plus y by xy, it is basically equal to 12 by 35 we are having, means we can write it as 1 by x plus 1 by y is equal to 12 by 35. Right, that is the first equation. Already second equation తీసుకుంటే it is y by x, yx by y minus x is given as 35 by 2. So ఇక్కడ కూడా మనం reciprocate చేస్తే numerator and denominator ni, we get y minus x by yx is equal to 2 by 35. Right, same way as what we did earlier, 1 by a plus 1 by b అయితే కనుక b plus a by ab అవుతుంది. అలానే 1 by a minus 1 by b తీసుకుంటే it will become b into 1 b minus a into 1 b a minus b minus a by ab అవుతుంది. So అలానే ఇక్కడ as that is the form of y minus x by y by x, we can say it is nothing but 1 by x minus 1 by y is equal to 2 by 35. ఈ రెండు ఈక్వేషన్స్ యాడ్ చేస్తే, ఇది ఫస్ట్ ఈక్వేషన్ అనుకుని ఇది సెకండ్ ఈక్వేషన్ అనుకుని యాడ్ చేస్తే 1 plus 2 will give us what? 1 by y and 1 by y cancels. 1 by x plus 1 by x will be 2 by x. So 2 by x is equal to 12 by 35 plus 2 by 35 will be 14 by 35. Right? So 2 will go 7 times, 7 will go 5 times. So 1 by x is equal to 1 by 5 we are having. And we can say that equating them x will be equal to 5. Right or not? And if we substitute that 1 by x is equal to 1 by 5 here, we will be having 1 by y is equal to 12 by 35 minus 1 by 5. Or taking LCM here, 35 is the LCM and y1 by y is equal to 35 in 35 will go 12 times, 5 will go 7 times. 7 by 35 is nothing but 1 by 7. That implies basically y is 7. So x is equal to 5 and y is equal to 7 is our answer. This is one way of getting the answer. And one more way we can get the answer is from the options given here. If you observe, two of the choices are basically having negative numbers. Right? First choice మనకి negative values ఉన్నాయి x and y కి, second choice లో కూడా negative values ఉన్నాయి. But ఎప్పుడైతే మనకి x and y నెగిటివ్ అయ్యాయో x plus y also will be negative. అంటే ఈ ఫ్రాక్షన్ should become negative, but the given fraction is not a negative value, it is positive one that we are having. And in that case what we can say, this cannot be our answer. అలానే ఇక్కడ కూడా మనకి both x and y are negative means it cannot be this one also. And between 1 by y and that choice 3 and choice 4, x may be 5, y may be 7, or x may be 7 or y may be 5. One of these things is happening. We'll just quickly substitute this value in this second one and in the first case. So what we can say, it will become x into y will be what? 7 into 5, 35. Y minus x will become what? 5 minus 7. 5 minus 7 means negative or not? That means we will be having negative answer if this is the answer. But we are having positive answer. That means what we can say, this also cannot be our answer. So trying from the options, answer should be 5 by 7. So this is the alternate way of getting the answer. Let us look at one more question. If the difference between 7 by 12th of a positive integer and 8 by 15 of the same positive integer is 6, then the number of distinct primes that divide that positive integer is the question. So 7 by 12th of a number of a positive integer, let that positive integer be some x. Let the positive integer be some x. Okay. So 7 by 12 times of x will be 7x by 12. And 8 by 15 times of x will be 8x by 15. Right? So between 7 by 12 and 8 by 15, which is greater, we can say. The easy way of getting the answer for that one is because we don't know which one is greater. As mentioned, difference is 6 is same. So what we can say is 7 by 12 and 8 by 15. If we go for cross multiplication, 7 15s is 105, 8 12s is 96. As 105 is greater than 96, 7 by 12 is greater than 8 by 15, we can say. So that means 7x by 12 will be more than 8x by 15. So how much is the gap we are having? According to us, 7x by 12 minus 8x by 15. This is given as how much? 7. So in the cross multiplication, cross multiply cheste 7 15s is 105x minus 8 12s is 96x by 12 15s is equal to 6. So 105x minus 96x is nothing but 9x. 9x by 12 into 15 is given as 6. 3 తో డివైడ్ చేస్తే 3 3s is 6, 9, 3 2s is 6. 3 will go here 5 times. So x will become basically what? 12 5 60. 60 into 2 cross multiply cheste 120. So the positive integer is how much? 120. What is the number of distinct primes that divide 120 is basically our question pointly focusing on. So that means start looking or dividing this into product of prime factors. So 120 ni manam 12 into 10 కింద రాయొచ్చు. 12 ని further 4 into 3 కింద రాయొచ్చు. 10 ని 2 into 5 కింద రాయొచ్చు. 4 is nothing but 2 square, 2 is nothing but 2 only. It's 2 cube into 3 power 1 into 5 power 1, we can write that one as. So if you are observing 2 is one prime number dividing that, 3 is one more prime number dividing that, and 5 is the last prime number dividing that. So how many prime numbers are dividing that number means 3 distinct primes are dividing that. So this is one of the one of the questions that we are having in ICET examination given in the recent past. So let's focus on the next one. Read the question. Vishal's age is at present 4 times the age of Jahnavi. After 8 years, Vishal's age will be 2.5 times Jahnavi's age. In another 8 years, how many times will be Vishal's age as compared to Jahnavi's age? What we will do, let us assume Vishal's present age as V and Jahnavi's present age as J. So at present he is saying, that means presently only he is considering. Vishal's age is given to be how many times Jahnavi's age? 4 times Jahnavi's age. 4J we can say. After 8 years, Vishal's age will become V plus 8 and Jahnavi's age will become J plus 8. At that time, what is the data that we are having? V plus 8 is 2.5 times J plus 8. It's 2.5 times Jahnavi's age at that time. But we know V is nothing but 4J. Substituting that value here, 4J plus 8 is equal to 2.5J plus 20. Or bringing this to this side, 4J minus 2.5J is nothing but 1.5J will be having. So 1.5J is equal to, I just write this one as 1.5J. 1.5J is equal to 12 will be having. So 1.5 further we can add it as 3J by 2. 3J by 2 is equal to 12 ante 3 is equal to, in 12 will be going 4 times. That means Jahnavi's age is presently 8 years we can say. If Jahnavi's age is 8 years, Vishal's age will be 4 8 32. Right or not? So this implies basically Vishal is 32 years old. In another 8 years, how many times Vishal's age will be as compared to Jahnavi's age? So as of now, Vishal's age is 32, Jahnavi's age is 8. Right? So in another 8 years, already we are having here 8 we included earlier. After 8 years only we are looking at. And after another 8 years, Vishal's age will again increase by 8 and Jahnavi's age will increase by 8. So it becomes basically 48 for Vishal's age and Jahnavi's age will become 24. So clearly 48 is nothing but 2 times of 24 or not. And the present, at that time, Vishal's age will become twice of Jahnavi's age. So answer for this question should be 2 times. Right? So let us look at one more question on equations here. A person spent 2 by 7th of his salary on rent and 3 by 5th of the remaining on food and clothes. Rest he saved is the data. If the amount he spent on food and clothes is 16,500, then the amount he saved in rupees is how much is the question. So if you are observing carefully, normally what we will do is let the salary of that person be something like x. So 2 by 7th of x means 2x by 7 he spent on rent. So rent the remaining is how much? Out of x, 2x by 7 is spent చేసాడంటే 7x minus 2x. 5x by 7 is remaining or not? Out of this remaining 5x by 7, 350 is spent on food and clothes. So 3 by 5 times of 5x by 7. That means 5 cancel చేస్తే 3x by 7 he has spent. So that means what we can say, out of 5 by x by 7, 3x by 7 is spent on food and clothes. So balance will be what? Subtraction. 5x by 7 minus 3x by 7. 2x by 7 అవుతుంది కదా. So 2x by 7 is basically the amount saved according to us. But according to the problem that is given us, according to the problem, the question is basically focusing on amount spent on food and clothes is 16,500. So 16,500 is basically amount spent on food and clothes, that is 3x by 7 according to us. We want how much he saved, that is 2x by 7 is how much is the question. So what we can say is cross multiply. So cross multiply will be 16,500 into 2x by 7, divide this by 3x by 7. 7 cancel అవుతుంది, x cancel అవుతుంది. 3 will go in 16,500, 5,500 times. So 5,500 into 2, it will be 11,000 is what he is saving. This is the answer for the question. But the thing here is, one more way of getting the answer for this question is, if he is spending 2/7 here, what I can say is 5 by 7 is saved at that stage. Right or not? 3/5 he has spent, that means 250 is saved. So according to us, 2/5 of 5 by 7 is saved. And how much is spent means on food and clothes means 3/5 of 5 by 7 is spent. So if you are observing, 3/5 of 5 by 7 is as good as 3 by 7 or not? So 3 by 7, if it is 16,500, how much is 2 by 7th? Because 2/5 of 5 by 7 is basically 5 cancel అయితే 2/7 is saved. So 2/7 will be how much is the question. So what we can say, 2 by 7 means again 7 cancel, 16,500 by 2 into 3 basically. That will be again giving answer as 11,000. This is one more way of getting the answer. And మనకి అసలు ఫ్రాక్షన్స్ ఏ లేకుండా క్వశ్చన్ ఆన్సర్ చేయాలి అనుకుంటే the best way is this one. So this is the first method, this is the second method. Now the third method is, what are the denominators, what are the fractions given in the problem? 2 by 7 అన్నది ఒక ఫ్రాక్షన్ ఇచ్చాడు, 3 by 7 అన్నది ఒక ఫ్రాక్షన్ ఇచ్చాడు. ఈ డినామినేటర్స్ ఏమున్నాయి మనకి ఇక్కడ? 7 ఒక డినామినేటర్, 5 ఒక డినామినేటర్. ఈ 7 and 5 యొక్క LCM ని మనం వాటి టోటల్ సాలరీ అనుకుందాం. సో టోటల్ LCM of 7 and 5x is 7 and 5 is what? 35. Because they are prime numbers, are basically co-primes. LCM will be their product only. So let the salary be 35x. How much is spent on rent now? 2/7. So 2/7 of 35x. 35 అనేది 7లో 5 times పోతుంది కదా, అంటే 10x is spending on rent. Now remaining is what? 25x. Out of 25x, how much is spending on food and clothes? 3/5. So 3/5 of balance 25x. So 5 will go 5 times here and 10. 5x into 3, 15x he has spent. So 15x if it represents 16,500, what we want is 10x will be how much? Because his savings will become, out of 25x, 15x is spent. So 10x is left out. So what we can say, it's 10x into 16,500 by 15x. 5 3s, 5 2s. 3 will go 5,500. 5,500 into 2, 11,000. So any one of these approaches we can think about for answering the question. Right? Let us look at one more question. 5 pence and 6 pencils cost is 28 rupees. 6 pence and 5 pencils cost is 27 rupees. Now the cost of, the question is mainly costing on cost in of each pen and each pencil is how much is respectively is the question. So what we will do is let the cost of the pen be some p rupees and pencil b, as C is appearing to be more prominently pronouncing weir here. So let us assume the pencil cost be C. So first time మనకి 5 pens and 6 pencils cost ఇచ్చాడు. ఒక పెన్ కాస్ట్ 5p అయితే 5 pens కాస్ట్ వచ్చేసి 5p. 1 pencil if it is costing C, 6 pencils వచ్చేసి 6c అవుతుంది. So according to us total cost ఎంత? 5p plus 6c. That is given as 28 rupees. అలానే నెక్స్ట్ టైం మనకి ఏమంటాడు వాడు? 6 pens and 5 pencils cost is 27 rupees. So 1 pen if it is 6p, 6 pencils will be 6p. 6 pens will be. 1 pencil if it is C, 5 pencils will be 5C. So solving will be, the equation will be 6p plus 5c is equal to 28. So now what we will do, let us multiply the first equation with something like 5 and the second equation with 6. So that we will be having pencils have the same coefficient in the multiplied equations. So 5 5 is 25p plus 6 5 is 30c, 28 5 is 140. అలానే ఈ ఈక్వేషన్ 6తో మల్టిప్లై చేస్తే 6 into 6 36p, 6 5 is 30 pencils, 27 6 times. 26 times is 120, 7 6 times is 42 means 162. సో ఈ మల్టిప్లైడ్ ఈక్వేషన్లోంచి ఈ ఫస్ట్ ఈక్వేషన్ కనుక సబ్ట్రాక్ట్ చేస్తే ఆర్ ఫస్ట్ ఈక్వేషన్ నుంచి సెకండ్ సబ్ట్రాక్ట్ చేస్తే we will be having 25 minus 36 అంటే minus 11p. Anyway plus 30c minus 30c cancels. 140 minus 162 అంటే minus 22. Minus minus sign cancel చేస్తే 11 will go 2 times. That means what we can say, pens cost is 2 rupees. Right? And here, if you look at the choices, only one choice is giving us pens cost us 2 rupees. That means what we can understand, without putting or without solving this value of p in any of the equations, we can say, sir, answer should be blindly choice 2. This is one way of getting the answer. And if we are having bigger values here, definitely multiplication will be, and multiplication and solving the equation will be time consuming. So that's the reason we look at one more way also. ఇచ్చిన ఈక్వేషన్స్ మనం మళ్ళీ ఇంకోసారి రాద్దాం. 5p plus 6c is equal to 28 అన్నాడు. అలానే 6p plus 5c is equal to 27 అన్నాడు. ఈ ఫస్ట్ ఈక్వేషన్ సెకండ్ ఈక్వేషన్ యాడ్ చేస్తే మనకి ఏమొస్తుంది? 11 pens plus 11 pencils cost is 55. అంటే dividing throughout with 11, pen plus pencil cost will be 5 rupees. In all the cases 3 plus 2 5, 2 plus 3 5, 1 minus plus 4 5, 4 plus 1 is 5. So all the cases 5 ఉంది కాబట్టి మనకి addition may not be giving us that clue for which is the answer. But what we will do, subtraction చేద్దాం. ఫస్ట్ ఈక్వేషన్ నుంచి సెకండ్ కనుక సబ్ట్రాక్ట్ చేస్తే 5p minus 6p అంటే minus p అవుతుంది. 6c minus 5c అంటే c అవుతుంది. సో c minus p is what? 1. That means పెన్సిల్ కాస్ట్ నుంచి పెన్ కాస్ట్ సబ్ట్రాక్ట్ చేస్తే మనకి ఆన్సర్ 2 రావాలి. పెన్సిల్ కాస్ట్ నుంచి పెన్ కాస్ట్ సబ్ట్రాక్ట్ చేస్తే 2 వచ్చి 1 వచ్చి రావచ్చు. ఆన్సర్ చాయిస్లో చూస్తే ఓన్లీ చాయిస్ 2 ఉంది. లేదు అంటే ఈ రెండింటిని యాడ్ చేస్తే కూడా మనకి pp క్యాన్సిల్ అవుతుంది. 2c is 6 అంటే c is basically 3. సో c3 ఉన్నది ఓన్లీ ఈ ఈక్వేషన్లో. సో మనం ఏ విధంగా చేసినా కూడా ఈ addition subtraction approach will be giving us the answer at much faster rate when compared to the normal method. Right? So let us look at one more question. Right. The shares of two persons P and Q in a company are in the ratio 3:7. The company gave each of them 20 additional shares, as a result of which the ratio got altered to 1:2. How many shares of company does Q now hold is the question. Okay, so let us focus on the given information carefully. So let us assume the cost of the pen, the number of shares that they are having is given to be in the ratio 3:7. Kada? So let us assume P is having some 3x shares and Q is having some 7x shares. Each of them is given additionally 20. అంటే 3x ఉన్నవాడికి ఇప్పుడు now 3x plus 20 షేర్స్ ఉంటాయి. అలానే q అన్నవాడికి 7x plus 20 షేర్స్ అవుతున్నాయి. According to us, this is the new ratio. But according to the problem, what is the new ratio? He is saying 1/2. So cross multiply చేస్తే మనకి ఏమో what will be getting 2 3 6x 220 is 40. అలానే ఇటువైపు 7x plus 20 into 1 అంటే 7x plus 20. సో ఈ 6x ని ఇటువైపు తీసుకొచ్చి ఈ 20 ఇటువైపు తీసుకొస్తే 7x minus 6x 40 minus 20 20. So x is equal to 20. అంటే బేసిక్గా p will be having 320 is 60, whereas q will be having 720 is 140. Question is focusing on q only or not? How many shares of company does q now hold? That means finally he is asking. Initially he had 140, but now he will be having 140 plus 20. That means he will be having 160 shares now, right? So this is one way of getting the answer. One more way that we can think about is without framing any equation, how to get the answer. So 3:7 is the ratio given, 1:2 is the ratio given, right? మనం ఈ రెండి రేషియోని ఏ విధంగా ఆల్టర్ చేస్తే ఈ 20 ఈక్వల్ అన్నది ఇద్దరికి ఈచ్ ఆఫ్ దమ్ ఈస్ గివెన్ 20 అని చెప్పాడు కదా మనకి. సో ఇద్దరికి సేమ్ వాల్యూ ఎక్కడ పెరుగుతుందో ఆ వాల్యూని మనం ఫోకస్ చేస్తాం, రైట్? సపోజ్ దీన్ని కనుక మనం 2తో మల్టిప్లై చేస్తే 2:4 వస్తుంది. ఇక్కడ మనకి 3 పార్ట్స్కి 2 పార్ట్స్కి డిఫరెన్స్ 1, 7 పార్ట్స్కి 4 పార్ట్స్కి డిఫరెన్స్ 3, అంటే ఇది ఈక్వల్ మనకి రావట్లేదు. సో దీన్ని 2 బదులు 3తో మల్టిప్లై చేస్తాం. 3తో మల్టిప్లై చేస్తే ఏమొస్తుంది? 3 1s 3, 2 3 6, అక్కడ కూడా టాలీ కాదు. 4తో మల్టిప్లై చేస్తే 4 1s 4, 4 2s 8, ఇక్కడ మనకి డిఫరెన్స్ టాలీ అవుతుంది. 4 పార్ట్స్ మైనస్ 3 పార్ట్స్ ఎంత? 1. 8 parts minus 7 parts into 1. So this 1 is nothing but how much we know? 20. Right? So that means what we can say 7. Finally, what we are interested is how many shares now Q is having. Finally, Q is having 8 parts or not? We know 1 part is 20. So 8 parts will be 8 20s, 160 directly we can say. 8 20s. So this is the easy way of getting the answer. So focus on some multiplication, suitable multiplication of the given ratios, so that we'll be having that given condition of equality or something else will be maintained. Okay, so let's look at one more question. So let us focus on one more question on ratios. At a certain party, the ratio of gents to ladies was 4:3. After some time, 6 men and 4 women left the party, and the ratio of the men to women was 21:16. How many people were present in the party initially? So if you are observing, the easy way of getting the answer for this question should be, normal way is basically 4:3. Let the number of men be 4x and number of women be 6x. All these things we know how to get that one, as what we did in the previous case. Let the number of men be 4x, women be 3x. Out of 4x 6 are leaving, and 3 out of 3x 4 are leaving, so 3x minus 4. So according to us the ratio is this one, but according to the problem the ratio is 21:16. So simplification will be giving us the answer, right or not? So what we can say, 64x minus 6 times 96. 21 3 is 63x, 21 4 is 84. So bringing this to this side and 96 to this side, it will be x is equal to 96 minus 84, nothing but 12. So how many people were present in the party initially means it is basically 4x men and 3x women, means totally will be 4x plus 3x 7x. 7x means 7 12s 84. So initially there were 84 people. The easy way of getting the answer for this question is, what is the ratio of the men and women initially? 4:3. That means it should be, the total should be multiple of 7 or not, because 4 plus 3 is 7 parts. So it should be a multiple of 7. If you look at the choices, 82 is not a multiple of 7, 80 is not a multiple of 7, 86 is not a multiple of 7. Only 84 is a multiple of 7. So answer should be by easily what we can say, the remaining 3 choices if you are eliminating, it should be blindly 84. So that is the easy way of answering the question. So let's look at one more question. This is on finding the ratios. Ratios are different ratios are given. We are basically interested in the ratio of the last term to the first term. So what is A is to D is A is to B is given as 2 is to 3. B is to C is given as 3 is to 4. And C is to D is given as 4 is to 5. Then we are interested in how much is D is to A. So normally what we will do is A is to B as it is 2 is to 3. Right. B is to C is given as 3 is to 4. And C is to D is given as 4 is to 5. Right. The actual way is making the B's the common terms as equal. Like B is the common term. B is anyway 3 parts here. C is B is the second case also 3 parts only. So we don't have to make them equal. Already it's equal. Same way the other common term which is present is C. C is 4 parts here. C is 4 parts here. Again they are equal. That means what we can say A is to B is to C is to 3 is to will be A is 2 parts, B is 3 parts, C is 4 parts and D is 5 parts. But every time may not be having that much easy. That's the reason what we will do is the easy way of getting the answer for this question directly we'll focus on that rather than finding how many parts is A and how many parts is B and how many parts is C and how many parts is D. Any ratio A is to B we can write it in the form of A by B also. We all know that one. So what I will do is A by B is given as 2 by 3, B by C is given as 3 by 4, C by D is given as 4 by 5. So multiplying these ratios what we can say A by B into B by C into C by D is nothing but what? BB cancels, CC cancelled or not? We'll be getting A by D or not? So what is on the right hand side we can say 2 by 3 into 3 by 4 into 4 by 5. So 3 3 cancel cheyochu, 4 4 cancel cheyochu. A by D is nothing but 2 by 5. So A by D if it is 2 by 5, D by A is reciprocating only or not? So D by A will become 5 by 2. So answer should be what? 5 is to 2. So that is one more way of getting the answer. The actual way already we have observed here. A is 2 parts, D is 5 parts. So D is to A will be 5 parts is to 2 parts. So anyway we will be getting the answer as 5 is to 2. So ee vidhanga problem solving questions on equations, ratio, proportion, variation we have in ICET examination, TS ICET examinations in the recent past, that is 20 and 21 papers. Thank you all of you for watching the video. We will come up with some more videos on other topics in the coming days.